Today's episode is about something that's often misunderstood in medical groups, but is more critical than ever: your brand. Branding isn't just for Madison Avenue. It's not just for Nike, Apple, or national hospital chains. In today's healthcare landscape, branding is a core part of your strategy. It's how patients find you, how talent decides to join you or not, and how your community understands who you are and what you stand for. Welcome to Medical Money Matters, the podcast where you can find experts, answers, and resources so that you can achieve mastery over the financial and business aspects of your practice. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Jill Arena. I began my career in accounting and finance, and I have more than 30 years of experience running medical groups. I own and operate a national healthcare consulting and revenue cycle company, and I am the author of Physician Heal Thy Financial Self. In 2020, I co-founded the Physician Leadership Project, and my passion is to increase financial and business literacy for physicians. Episode 132, Beyond the White Coat: Why Your Brand is a Strategic Asset. Welcome to the Medical Money Matters podcast, where we dive deep into the business of medicine to help you, the dedicated professionals bringing the future of healthcare, make confident, strategic decisions. Today's episode is about something that's often misunderstood in medical groups, but is more critical than ever: your brand. Branding isn't just for Madison Avenue. It's not just for Nike, Apple, or national hospital chains. In today's healthcare landscape, branding is a core part of your strategy. It's how patients find you, how talent decides to join you or not, and how your community understands who you are and what you stand for. Let's set the record straight right at the top. Branding isn't about logos or color schemes. It's about trust. It's about identity. And it's about the reputation you earn both in your clinical work and how your organization shows up every single day. And in a world where patients and top providers have more choices than ever, your brand may be your biggest untapped asset. So today we're diving into why your reputation is no longer just a byproduct of your work, it is the work, and members too. Let's jump in. We have to start with a mindset shift. When most physicians or administrators hear the word branding, they think marketing fluff. Big budgets, slick advertising, gimmicky taglines. And sure, there's a place for great creative, but that's not what we're talking about here. Branding in healthcare is fundamentally about clarity. It's about the clear articulation of who you are, what you do, and why that matters. It's how you show up consistently, online, in the exam room, and in your community. It's how people talk about you when you're not in the room. And for too long, healthcare has relied on reputation alone. Word-of-mouth referrals, relationships with local hospitals, and loyalty built over decades. That used to be enough. But today, digital touchpoints are the new front door. Word-of-mouth hasn't gone away, it's just moved online. It's in Google reviews, health grades, Facebook groups, Yelp. Patients still talk, but now it's in a public forum, and that conversation is shaping your brand, whether you're part of shaping it or not. Imagine two practices. One has a well-designed website, regularly shares educational content, responds to reviews, and has a consistent voice across every channel. The other? A generic online presence, minimal engagement, and no clear messaging. Both practices might offer excellent clinical care, but only one is actively shaping its brand. Now let's talk about the foundation of that brand, your reputation. Your reputation is earned. It's the trust your parents feel when they walk through your doors. It's the confidence your staff has in your leadership. And it's also what your online presence says about you. When a potential patient Googles your name or practice, they're not just seeking your address, they're reading reviews, checking photos, and making snap judgments about your credibility. This is where many medical groups fall short. They don't realize that their digital footprint is a living, breathing extension of their practice. A 3-star review that goes unanswered? That's a message. A website that looks like it hasn't been updated in 10 years? That's a message too. Your brand is not what you say it is. It's what others say about you. Jeff Bezos once said, "Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room." And in healthcare, that perception can influence everything, from patient acquisition to payer negotiations to recruitment. Reputation management isn't just for crises. It's about proactively telling your story, celebrating successes, sharing outcomes, responding to feedback, good and bad, with grace and professionalism. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful yet often overlooked aspects of your brand: the patient experience. Your brand isn't just built online, it's built in the waiting room too, on the phone, in the parking lot, in the 10 seconds it takes for a patient to decide if they feel seen, heard, and respected. Branding and patient experience are deeply connected. Consistency is key. If your Instagram feed is warm and welcoming, but your front desk staff is rushed and disengaged, that's brand dissonance. If your website says compassionate care, but you're running 45 minutes behind schedule without communication, that's a broken promise. More dissonance. Patients notice, and they talk. But here's the good news. Getting this right doesn't mean being perfect. It means being intentional, thoughtful. It means having systems in place that reflect your values, training your team to embody your mission, and yes, sometimes using technology to remove friction and improve the journey. Online scheduling, patient portals, reminder texts. These aren't just conveniences, they're signals. They show your patients that you respect their time, their autonomy, and their experience. When we think about branding, we often think externally. What does the community see? But strong brands are also magnetic internally. And this is where your culture comes in. Attracting top talent isn't just about compensation or benefits, it's also about alignment. People want to work somewhere that reflects their values. They want to feel proud of their workplace. They want to be part of something meaningful. And when your brand is clear and authentic, it becomes a beacon. It draws in like-minded clinicians, administrators, and staff who believe in what you're building. Think about it. Your employees are your best brand ambassadors. When they speak positively about their workplace, when they feel empowered to live out your mission, that energy radiates outward. Patients feel it. Partners notice it. It becomes part of your identity. Leadership plays a huge role here. Leaders set the tone. They define the vision. They invest in the brand not as a side project, but as a strategic asset. And now you might be wondering, how do we actually build this kind of brand? You're listening to Medical Money Matters, a weekly podcast brought to you by Healthy Practices, a healthcare consulting and revenue cycle company dedicated to keeping our clients independent. Please reach out if we can do anything at all to support your practice. You can find more information online at healtheps.com. That's www.healtheps.com. Please follow or subscribe to get all future episodes downloaded as soon as they're released. Now, let's get tactical. The first step is to audit your current brand. Look at every touch point: your website, your signage, your uniforms, your email templates, your review scores, your voicemail greeting. What story do they tell? Is it cohesive? Is it modern? Is it intentional? Next, define your brand identity. This is more than a tagline. It's a clear articulation of your values, your tone, your unique differentiators. Are you focused on family medicine with deep community roots? Are you an innovative surgical practice pushing the envelope of technology? Be specific. Be bold. Then, create a brand playbook. This doesn't have to be complicated. It's a guide that helps everyone in your organization communicate consistently. Use the same voice across platforms. Align your visuals. Reinforce your values. After that, engage with your community. This is where content comes in. Share health tips, introduce your providers, highlight milestones, sponsor local events, build relationships that go beyond the transactional. And don't forget to showcase your expertise. Your physicians are trusted voices. Use that. Write blog posts, join podcasts, speak at events. Patients and partners alike are looking for thought leadership. They want to know you're not just practicing medicine, but shaping the future of it. All of this may sound like a lot, but it's a journey, not a sprint. Start small. Pick one area to improve. Maybe it's upgrading your website. Maybe it's getting your team aligned around messaging. Maybe it's replying to every new review this month. These are all steps in building a brand that lasts. To wrap this up, let's go back to where we started. Branding is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's how you differentiate, how you grow, how you create a sense of belonging for patients and providers alike. It starts with your reputation, but it grows through consistency, intentionality, and a deep understanding of what makes your organization special. So here's your challenge. Take 1 hour this week to look at your brand with fresh eyes. Ask your team for feedback. Google your practice. Read your reviews. Walk through your office like a new patient would. And then ask yourself, does this reflect who we really are? If not, it's time to make a change. At Healthy Practices, we work with medical groups every day to align brand, culture, and operations. Because when all three are in sync, that's when you see real transformation. Thanks for tuning in to Medical Money Matters. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a colleague, leave us a review, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep leading with clarity and care. Your brand is in your hands, and your future depends on it. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Medical Money Matters podcast. Before you go, let me ask you, are you ready to take your medical group's coding to the next level? Because that's where Code Mastery comes in. Code Mastery isn't just another coding program. It's the ultimate physician-to-physician training solution to maximize your revenue and empower your physicians with the skills they need to code confidently and win the coding game. From comprehensive high-octane training to actionable insights, Code Mastery gives you the edge you've been looking for. Don't leave money on the table. Visit healtheps.com/codemastery to learn more and take control of your coding today. Let's transform your practice's financial future starting now. See you next time on the Medical Money Matters podcast.